Here we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Team Passion Zoom call. Very excited to have you all here. So it is February 22nd. So basically, we do these every Monday night at 9 o'clock, and we spotlight another leader on the team every week to share some tips and some tricks on what's working and kind of how to, just like the National Wake Up Call, but we do it Team Passion style. So really excited tonight. I asked Danielle to share I asked in the Diamond page who uses the Team Passion system for success and has success with it. So Danielle said, I absolutely do. She has a little tweak here and there, which for sure I want you guys to feel free to adapt it to your team and your team's vibe, your team's needs. But pretty much, I've shared this before, and there's an entire Zoom on it, but the Team Passion system for success I developed when I came back from leadership. I was on the way home from leadership, and Mark and I were chatting on the plane. We always have like decompressing time, and we talk a ton and do a ton of business assessing when we leave a big trip. And, he was saying, a lot of these people that are working with you, Nicole, they're used to a boss telling them what to do. They're used to a 9-to-5 job. They don't know how to actually be their own boss and what they're supposed to do when they wake up every day. Like, that's just not in the norm. And, we had said that before, but I said, okay, then we have to come up with a system. And, it's hard for us leaders to every day, tell you guys, okay, here's what you're going to do. Here's what, because that's not the point of this. We're not your bosses. Like, the point of this is so that you do this on your own. But we created this system that you can just follow. So basically, the system is, and this has been working for me for over a year. The system is you start a 21-day fixed challenge group every 25 days or whatever. You go through the 21 days, give people a break, and then start again that next week. Here's what this does for you. It allows you to constantly have a new group starting. So you're not doing, like before when I did a P90X, it was like, okay, so I'm going to start another group in 90 days, and it was so long. So this 21-day idea, first of all, it's our #1 program, and it's our most efficient and most effective and works the best because it has the nutrition outlined, and then people can do other programs after but still use the nutrition. So it's something I recommend everyone start with anyway, regardless of their goals, regardless of what they tell me, regardless if they're already fit or not. Like, everybody should start with this because it is just such a great first system. So you do the 21-day fixed challenge group. You bring your challengers in, so get everybody in. Then the next piece of the system is you share a sneak peek. You tell everyone in there, hey, I'm about to do a sneak peek, or you just do that in general, but you announce people to go through a sneak peek or listen to a webinar or business opportunity, whatever your team does. They hear about the coaching opportunity. They come in and they then sign up as a coach, and they start their first 21-day fixed challenge group because they've already been through the 21-day fixed challenge with you. So now they're pretty versed in starting their own. And what we then give new coaches, so the new coaches start and they're like, okay, so my first step is getting a new challenge group. But what we've given them is we've given them an entire job manual. So I have typed out the job manual. It's a file in our Team Passion training website. I believe it's in there. If not, it's definitely in the Team Passion Facebook page. And it takes people through their first 4 weeks of the business. Here's what you're going to do week 1. Here's what you're going to do week 2, week 3, week 4. And in week 1, they get a link to the coach module system. So we have created an online academy for new coaches that takes them through their first week. There's 5 modules. We're working on revamping them and getting them better. So that is how a new coach learns. And as they're doing that, you as their coach get on the phone with them and just check and see how things are going. You help them start their first challenge group. And then you just repeat that system. Once that coach knows what they're doing, they then get their challengers in a challenge group on the 21-day fix. They share the sneak peek that we run as a team. They then become a coach. And that new coach goes through the job manual, the coach modules, and starts a 21-day fix system. It is a system that is simple, it is working, and there is no reason why you shouldn't be using it. You shouldn't, for you to think that I've got to come up with this, or like this is just working. So Danielle is going to share that this is the system that she has been doing and she has been working, since we kind of created that and came out with that. So Danielle is a Success Club 10 All-Star. She is pulling in crazy Success Club numbers. She's going to share with you how she finds all of those people and how she takes all of her challenges through the Team Passion system for success. So Danielle, please take it away.
Oh, you want me to do it? All right. Awesome. So to give you a little bit of background on my story, when I got started, I was actually doing health coaching. I have my master's in nutrition. I was doing one-on-one personal training, and I just was really struggling with figuring out how I could make this a feasible opportunity for me.
Whoops, what just happened?
I don't know. I think someone's sharing their screen.
Chrissy Lemke, what are you doing? Okay, well, if you can just keep going and I can.
So I was very hesitant to start with Beachbody. I didn't really I'm not a salesperson. I'm terrible with business. I am not a numbers person. So for me, I kind of looked at the business opportunity and was like, oh, I'm not going to be very good at that. I don't really think you want me on your team, Tony. Like, this isn't for me. And what actually really stood out to me with Tony was he kept coming back to me and asking about me. He wasn't really asking, hey, are you going to watch my webinar again? Are you going to sign up? He was really genuinely curious about how I was doing. How was my nutrition business going? Was I happy? Was I, being successful? So that really stood out to me was the fact that he actually, was putting the time in to learn about me and to help me and support me. And that really, to be honest, is what kind of got me going. Was he was so persistent and so helpful that I was like, well, I have to give this. How can I say no to him at this point? Like, he was so nice. He was so helpful, so resourceful. So I ended up signing up. I did nothing in my first 3 months. I was kind of overwhelmed with the business, overwhelmed with what to do. How was I going to share this? I felt like I needed to sign up coaches and I didn't really know how to do that, but I was a nutritionist. So my kind of focus has always been on helping people get healthy and helping people figure out their fitness. So I decided to lead with my strength and lead with the fact that I could be really good at getting challengers to join. And that's always been easier for me. It's always been easier for me to get people plugged into my challenge groups, get people on a fitness program, get them drinking Shakeology, and then I worry about the coaching stuff later. It's just the way that my mind works. It's the way that I have always found success with the business. So I decided to kind of stick with what was working and just plug into a system. Now I'll tell you this because I'm very organized and I can be a little type A, but at the same time, I try to be organized, but really I'm not. Like, I have all these Excel spreadsheets that I started and never finished. So if you're someone who hears the word system and feels like you need to run away because it terrifies you, don't be. This is what I love about this is it's so simple. That it's not something that's overwhelming. It's not something that a person who hates organization can't do. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what I do with the system, how I find people, and go from there. So my focus is always leading with challengers. Like I said, I don't have that numbers mindset. I don't have the business mindset. I struggle still explaining the business opportunity. It makes me nervous. So I lead with what I know, and what I know is nutrition and fitness. So when I was starting out, and I will say that this has changed for me. I know a lot of people ask me about my like page, and I do use my like page now. But I also started that years ago when I was just a health coach. I was still not even started with Beachbody. So that's been growing over time. My Facebook friends are actually almost at a max. So I think I have like 40 friends left. So I have to be very selective with who I accept as friends now. So now I've moved on to my like page because I've gone through my personal page. But when I started, it was really using just my personal page, going through my friends list, going through friends of friends and connections everywhere. So how I found people was I would run free 5-day groups. This has always been my strength because I realized I'm good at nutrition. I know nutrition very well. I enjoy it. I could talk your ear off about it. So why not offer free information? So I would run these free 5-day clean eating challenge groups. And I would ask people what they needed on my Facebook page. I would post sometimes if I offered the following, which would you be interested? A sugar detox, a paleo challenge, or I think I did like clean eating challenge. And I saw what people were interested in and I went with that group. So be strategic too in kind of figuring out what are you going to run. And I say clean eating with a grain of salt because if that's not your strength, then go towards your strength. Don't run what I'm running because that works for me. If you're passionate about fitness, run a free 5-day fitness challenge. If you're really into your faith and personal development, run a 5-day personal development challenge. Do something that you're passionate about because that's what people are going to connect to. And that's where you're really going to thrive. So I would come up with this free 5-day group and I would do a couple things. I would post about it on my personal page. Obviously, I would do that one big post, letting people know what I'm doing. Comment below if you want me to add you. That's probably what everyone thinks that they have to do, but then there's all this other stuff going into it. So the other thing I would do is I would message people who I had been talking to back and forth. Because it was a free group, I had no problem inviting them. So I would send a message and say, hey, no idea if this interests you, but I'm running a free 5-day group. We're all going to eat clean together. You're going to get a meal plan. You're going to get a recipe guide. Is that something you'd be interested in? If they say yes, awesome. If they say no, say no big deal at all. If you have anyone you think would be interested, feel free to send them my way. I got a lot of referrals that way. I got a lot of people who maybe they weren't interested, but their mom was trying to lose weight and they sent them over to me. So never take a no as that's it. Always ask for that referral. Do you know anyone? Especially where it's a free group. The other thing that I would do is post in Facebook groups. And I wouldn't just post about my clean eating group. I would ask questions in the clean eating groups. I would talk to people in them. I would start conversations. And again, this was all slowly adding those people, starting conversations. So when I do post, hey, I'm running this free 5-day group, who's interested? Those were the people that were commenting they were interested. And maybe I didn't even know them in person, but I had added them from a group 5 months ago. So again, it all kind of comes back to constantly adding friends, constantly having conversation, even if it's not about Beachbody. The more you're talking back and forth, the more Facebook is going to put your posts in their newsfeed. The last thing I would do is create an event page. I still do this to this day, is my event pages, I don't just create the event and leave it there and invite people. I create the event and I post in that event every single day leading up to whatever I'm running. And what I'm posting is actually things that are going to cause people to comment, cause people to like, cause people to engage. So I'm doing one right now for my coaching sneak peek. And I said, we want to know where you're from. Comment below. Are you a cardio or a strength fan? Comment below. What happens is people comment and it pops up in their newsfeed and it pops up in their friend's newsfeed that Sue commented on this random glimpse into coaching event that she is interested. So her friend sees that and maybe her friend says, oh, what's this? It's a 5-day clean eating group. I want to do that too. She clicks interested. I add her as a friend. I send her a message. We build a relationship that way. So that's been a huge thing for me too, is not just creating the event, but creating an engaging event that's going to keep showing up in people's news feeds. So I have my people. I run my free 5-day group. I make it the best group I can possibly make it because It's 5 days. It's free. If they love it and they have a great experience, they're going to want to continue. If they do the 5 days and they don't really get a lot of value and, they signed up, but it was free, but whatever, it wasn't worth it, or they stop checking in after day 2, they're not going to be interested in signing up with the 21-day fix. If they love it and they're checking in every day and they got so much value and they got this great meal plan and, you were checking in with them every day and they felt the support, and then you tell them about this 21-day group, of course they're going to be interested. So I would run these really great 5-day groups. I would be really involved in them, really engaged. And then on day 4 or 5, I would talk about what's next. And I would invite them into my 21-day fix challenge group. I've always focused on the 21-day fix. I think it's the best program Beachbody has, hands down. I don't really sell challenge packs other than the fix. Obviously, if someone wants them, I'll help them get the workout that they like. But typically, I'm recommending the fix because it's simple. It's nutrition and fitness. It simplifies everything. It gets them great results. I know it works. I feel good about recommending it. So that's what I focus on. So I invite to my challenge group. And one thing I will say is I require Shakeology to be in my 21-day fix group. I know people have different feelings on this, but for me personally, I see the most success when my challengers drink Shakeology. And I know that that's one meal that they're getting every day that's of high quality. I can't control what they're eating every day. As much as I would love to be able to make sure that they're following the plan to a T, I don't know that they are. But if I know they're drinking their Shakeology, I know their nutrition is at least that much. So I explain it to people like that. I also find that if you let someone in your group who bought the 21-day fix on Amazon or borrowed it from a friend and they paid $20 for it, they're not going to have a lot of skin in the game. But if they had to save up and pay $140 or $160, they're going to be that much more committed. So I explain that to them and I say, if you pay, you borrow it from your friend, or I get that a lot, like, oh, I already have the containers. Okay, but are you going to really commit for 21 days with just those containers, no skin in the game, no accountability? So I require it. I explain it to them. I can give what I use if people have objections, but I can post that in Team Passion. So we get to the point where they're committed, they're ready. I always explain the option that they can sign up either as a customer or coach. I simplify it. I say there's 2 ways we can sign you up. First way is a regular customer. Second way is a discount member. Same price initially, but the discount membership, you get 25% off everything you order in the future, and it sets you up for your Shakeology to be a little cheaper moving forward. I let them pick. Typically right now, because it's from my like page, and a lot of people I'm signing up are just customers. I don't have that trust built with them. I don't fight them on it. I don't argue with them. I sign them up as customers and I convert them following the system. So once they sign up, this is the one spreadsheet I have in my business. I am not an Excel person. I don't do well with spreadsheets. They stress me out. But this is the one thing that I have. I write down their name. I write down the date that their Shakeology is going to auto ship. And then I write down the date 5 days before that day. And I track the spreadsheet by that day, 5 days before. So what this does is every day, I literally just pull up the spreadsheet and I see if anyone's up that day. If they are, I send them their reminder. I use the same system that Nicole uses of the templates in the group for staying on Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand. So I do 2 things. I first tag them in that post and say, hey, so-and-so, your auto ship set to ship on the 2nd of March. Look this over. Let me know what you think. I also send them a message. I'm really big on this because I think, again, it builds that integrity and trust. I don't want anyone to have unexpected charges. I don't want them to be upset. So I send them a message too and let them know, hey, I tagged you in an important post. Your Shakeology is going to ship on the 2nd. Let me know which way you'd like to go. So that's the one thing I make sure I keep track of. So they're my challenge group. I really try again, just like my 5-day group, to make my 21-day fix challenge group awesome. Because again, if they have a great experience in the 21 days, they're going to have a great experience and want to sign up as a coach. So this means I'm really very engaged in the group. I interact with them. I also message them personally. I think that's really important. And sometimes it's easy to plug people into a group and forget. But I always am surprised. I always have that one person that I message once a week and check in, and they have posted nothing in the group, and they tell me how much they love the group. So you just never know. So I always make sure I'm checking in once a week with these people. The other thing I'm constantly doing in my group is watching who are the people posting a lot. Who are the people commenting on other people's posts, supporting other people, giving suggestions? I also really pay attention to their personal Facebook page during the 21 days. You'll be surprised at how many of your challengers are already posting about what they're doing on Facebook. So I always keep my eye on this. And the other thing I do is mention it to them. So in week 1 and 2, I don't even bring up coaching, but I will send them a message and just say, hey, you're so positive in the group. I love it. It's super motivating. Or I saw that post you put on Facebook. How awesome. You're inspiring your friends to get healthy. I don't mention coaching. I don't mention the business. I just get that little seed planted. So week 3 comes up. And again, this is when I'm tagging them, reminding them about Shakeology. That's literally just checking in on Shakeology. But then the other thing I do, and this depends on the schedule, I run 2 21-day fix groups a month. So one always falls when I'm running some sort of sneak peek into coaching. So I will invite to that if it's running. And if not, I'll invite to something else. So how I do this is I message those people who are doing an amazing job posting in a group or an amazing job posting on Facebook, or maybe they've seen great success. They want to stay on Shakeology, but they've mentioned that they're worried about the cost. These are the people that I message and say, you've been amazing in the group. We love having you. Have you ever thought about doing what we do as coaches? Usually they'll say no, or, yeah, I thought about it, but XYZ, they have some sort of objection. So then I say, you're actually already doing what we do as coaches. You're posting on Facebook or supporting your friends in the group, whatever it may be. Your shakes are set to auto ship. Why not get them paid for, or why not get them at least at a discount? Would you be open to learning more about this? I think that line is key because I honestly have never had anyone say no to me when I ask that. If you say, would you be open to signing up as a coach? Yeah, you're probably going to get some no's, or I don't think that's for me. Would you be open to learning more? Most people will say yes. And at that point, I either invite them to my sneak peek, or I send them, I actually have a recorded call that I had done for my team. But again, if you don't have this, we're really lucky that we have the resources. Send them one of Nicole's calls, invite them to Tony's webinar, get them in the open house that Nicole runs. So many different options that you can be inviting to that you already have available. So don't feel like you need to come up with your own thing for that. So follow up again. I follow up with them before whatever the sneak peek event is. If they're listening to a call, I ask them, oh, my dog's trying to get in. She wants to be on the video. I ask them, when do you have time to watch it? I follow up with them. If they haven't watched it yet, say, no big deal. Do you think you'll be able to watch it by Thursday? Follow up again. Answer their objections. Usually I'll have maybe 1 in 3 sign up as a coach ready to work the business. So when this happens, I do a couple things. I keep it really simple. I plug them into a training page, and it's literally just a new coach checklist and a link to the modules, the Team Passion modules. That's it. I tell them once they go through the modules, let's set up a time to chat. Usually I give them about a week, and then I contact them. We set up a phone call, or we go back and forth on Facebook Messenger, whatever's easier for them. And I get them plugged into that system. I also run a 5-day new coach training. Nicole has the 7-day quick start. Very similar again. So I'm just plugging them into that short training that's really going to get them started off on the right foot. I think it's important to get them in something right away where they feel supported and they feel like they know what they're doing and they have that system to follow. So that's really all I do in terms of my system. Sophie's really wanting to be on video right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was perfect. That was exactly it. And we will definitely open it up for questions. I just want to reiterate a few things. So I forgot to mention in the beginning, yes, running those events. So that's what we do too. Anyone that, we run an event to the next challenge group. But I love that. Ask engaging questions like, where are you from? Like, hello, that's like genius. So I love that. Thank you for that. Make them love the group so that they want more of what you're offering. Love that. And then they'll, even if, so I don't run free groups, I just run my 21-day fix groups, but I get a ton of referrals because the people in there love the group and they just want their friends and family to be part of it too. And I also require Shakeology. So I'll have people who say to me, can't I just get the program? And I'm like, you can. However, I really want my clients to experience the full program and the full, necessity of what it's going to take to succeed in the first 30 days. And after that, absolutely we can, I can tell you how to cancel. And instead of an Excel spreadsheet, I use a whiteboard. So I just have a whiteboard in my office of everybody's name and when they ordered. And then absolutely 5 days before their shakes are about to ship, I tag them in the post. So this cuts down on so many angry people that like, I didn't know I was on auto ship. You never told me, or they didn't read it, or, so I hardly get any returns anymore. Ever since using this system, our retention rate for people on Shakeology is so much bigger because they felt that, like Danielle said, they felt that honesty up front and they felt that integrity. So they, and I tell them right in the post, here's how to cancel. I say, here's how to be a discount code. I've outlined it. It's in the teampassiontraining.com site. I think it's under Challenge Group System is the name of the 4, and then there's 4 files in there that we put in the challenge group, and one of them is continuing with Shakeology. And it just outlines exactly, here you can stay with your Beachbody on demand, and this is how much your Shakeology will be. You can sign up as a coach, and this is how much your Shakeology will be. And then at the end I say, or boo, you can cancel, and here's how to do it. And I say, but please don't, and I try to make it fun and light, but they do anyway. I actually had a girl today message me, January 31st, her second Shakeology was coming out, and she canceled it. And she messaged me today and bought a whole new challenge pack because she realized she shouldn't have canceled it. So she bought the 3-day refresh and wanted a whole new challenge pack because she wanted the Shakeology for cheaper again. So you just have to build this relationship with people. So awesome. All right. So we have some questions coming in for you, Danielle. So the first one, what do you do with people who purchase challenge packs while your 21-day group is going? Do they wait until the next group starts?
I run 2 a month now. And the other thing I'll say is don't feel like you have to run your groups on your own. If you have a success partner or you have someone else on your team, I run them for my entire team because I find they run better with a bigger number of people. So I think it's a personal decision, but I run 2 a month. And we usually have about, I would say, 10 to 20 people in each group. It seems to be a good number. It works well. So there's always usually something to invite them to. I try not to add them in the middle of the group because then they just get confused and frustrated. So usually I have them wait.
So something I do that's different is I have an ongoing group. So it has 200 members in it right now, but many of them are on round 3, round 4. So what I love about that piece is that they are, the people who are already in the group are teaching them like how it's going already. So I had someone today message me and say, when do you start? And I said, Monday. She goes, oh crap, I can't order till next week. Is that okay? And I'm like, yeah. And so a lot of them will start a week later. So honestly, I don't stress too much about it, but I do find the ones that all start together do really well together, but I don't stress about that piece either. And then, do you run any groups of people following any fitness programs or just 21-day fix? We've been running groups and including everyone, whether they're currently using Beachbody programs or not, in the hopes that they will see others using Beachbody programs and want to sign up. For me, so the people, because I have one big group, people come in who are doing size or P90X3 or whatever, but they come in with some sort of challenge pack, so they're all in there. I used to have people just doing Beachbody programs in my groups, and like Danielle said, they weren't invested. So I really require a challenge pack. But Danielle, do you have any other groups that you run?
Yeah, I actually do. I run a free 21-day group too. And that's for anyone. They don't have to be doing Beachbody programs. That's actually how I kind of started in the business, was just inviting people to the free 21-day group. So I almost find it works better for my newer coaches. It's not something I'm necessarily inviting to anymore, but it's a great tool for my team to plug into and have them inviting people. They see us using the programs and the workouts and the fix. And then, we, from there, that's another resource, another way for us to get them into a 21-day challenge group.
Jill asked about the message individually. So basically, Jill, the telling them how to continue with their Shakeology is a file that sits in my group. So I tag them and I say, hey, so-and-so, hey, Sue, please read the document above. Your Shakeology is about to ship in 5 days. That's all I do, but Danielle mentioned in the call that she does both. She'll tag them and then she does take it a step further and message them individually. Lori's asking, Danielle, in your event page, you said you post daily. Can you tell us again what you post to create conversation?
It really depends. I change it up, but literally any question you could ask, post a question. Comment below if you worked out today. Comment below where you're from. What's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? Like, it can really be anything. Just something to get them engaged, and comment below. Or like this post if you worked out today. But I find the comments work better just because that tends to pop up in people's news feeds more.
What is the wording you use when people tell you, can I just get the program, but you want them on Shakeology?
I usually say you can, but I have seen the best results with my challengers who are actually drinking Shakeology, and it's really the only way that I guarantee results in my program. I actually have like a whole paragraph. I can copy and paste it maybe like below the recording if you want, of what I said.
Yeah, that'd be great. What do you do with them the following month?
So I actually have something similar to what you have in an ongoing 21-day fix. I call it my 21-day fit community. And basically once they complete their first 21 days with me in that group, and that group is the same every single time I run it, once they complete the 21 days, they go into that fit community, and that's just ongoing. People post, check in, share recipes, what have you.
Great. A thing that I started doing recently in my group this week is I created a photo album, and I started putting recipes of the day in there, and they seem to be liking it. So like I'll send it's just from the Beachbody blog. And so instead of just the link, it's more of a picture. So I'll send it to Mark, and Mark will make it into a picture. But you know, whatever you guys use for your picture making, I don't do any of that. So just shrinks it and makes it all in one picture, and then you add it to your album called Recipes, and that is going over really well in our group right now too. And I just steal them from Beachbody. Cool. Any other questions? What do you do with people who decide to not get Shakeology and just buy a program? Do you have a challenge group for them? I don't. I just, honestly, so I tell them basically no. I say, yes, sure, you can just buy the program, but I really want you on Shakeology. I probably get one of those a quarter that end up saying fine. So honestly, I set the expectation so they don't. So I might have one a quarter and I put them in the same group, and 95% of the time they're messaging me a week in the group, okay, how do I get on the Shakeology again? So that's for me.
I do the same thing.
Cool. What else do you do in the free group, your free 21-day group?
Just in terms of like content?
Sure.
It's really nothing fancy at all. It's everyone checks in daily with a healthy meal and workout picture. I honestly, in that group, I don't put a lot of value, because what we want them to see is that if they do the 21-day fix group, they're going to get a lot of value. So we just keep it fun and engaging. We do challenges of the day, stuff like that. But it's very simple. It's very basic, because we want them to kind of upgrade to the next step and get more support.
Yeah. So for those of you, if this is the first time you're ever hearing about the Team Passion System for Success, go ahead and go to our YouTube channel. So you just go to youtube.com and type in Team Passion Training, all one word, and our channel comes up. And we did an entire 45-minute Zoom on this Team Passion System for Success. I talked about where the files were, but this is what many of us are using. We are creating events for 21-day fix groups. We are getting people only in 21-day fix, taking them through, sharing, just like Danielle said, messaging the people. I also watch my challengers and their Facebook page. It's so funny how a lot of them post about it, and so I'll message them and say, hey, did you ever think about coaching? They're like, actually, I was. And I send them the business opportunity call that I did on 11/1, and they're usually in within a day or two. This is exactly the system that Gina Krieger came in on in November, and she became a diamond by the end of December. This was the exact system. And she listened to the call, and then she went in, she did one round, came in as a customer, listened to the call, went in the sneak peek on day 2. She was in the system. We were on a getting started right call within a week, and she was earning Success Club, or became a success starter. And because she had the modules, she had the job manual, she had all of the tools. So that's the thing. You and your new coaches have all of the tools. So a lot of people will say to me, I don't know how to start a new coach. I don't have an onboarding system. This is it. You send them the job manual. I mean, I know you guys are using the coach module system, because we get a ton of signups every single day. So you're at least giving them that. I hope you're giving them the whole 4-week job manual too, because it gives them ideas on what to expect and what they should be doing in each week. So it gives them kind of guidelines of where they should be at in each week. And then getting them in a 7-day quick start, or however you do it. And then just helping, because they did that and they found it was so easy, they do the same thing with their coaches. So it's a very easy, proven system. I don't know of any other teams that are really doing it. So, I'm sure they have their own systems, but this is our system, and it's working really, really well. So I encourage you to just try it and kind of keep going on it, and it's gonna work. And if it doesn't, like the event page, when we first introduced this a couple months ago, people were like, I don't get it. People aren't commenting. People aren't coming in my event. Okay, that doesn't mean scrap it. It means try again. And now you have a new idea. What I do in my event page is I just post, like if someone in my challenge group posts their results, I'll post that in there. Or if they post a recipe, I'll post that in there. So every day I'm posting in my event as if it's the group, without giving them the group, but I'll post once a day. I share it 2 times a week on my timeline so that people know it's coming up. I share when the deadline's coming. I keep it very active. very engaging, but I love this new, like, just ask them a random question. That's like gonna be my next thing. But yeah, just keep trying and just tweak the system to work for you. But there is no reason why any coach should be struggling hitting Success Club or taking people through this system. The only reason why you're struggling is because you're not talking to enough people, and you're not stepping out of your comfort zone, and you're not going in groups like Danielle was and engaging in conversations with them, and kind of things like that. So awesome. So there's tons more questions coming in, but it's 9:45, so I am going to shut this Zoom off. So feel free to go over to the Team Passion page and go ahead and ask your questions. Thank you, Danielle, so much for this tonight, and I will get this recording up before my eyes close. Good night, everyone.